Hey guys, it's Nugget-tacular here. I wanted to just show you guys what I've been working on. Recently, I've been trying to get my build mode skill up a little bit, and so I asked my fiance, and I was like, "What should I work on?" And he's like, "You should totally do a Hobbit house," because he's like super into the Hobbit. So I was like, "Okay, challenge accepted." So that is what we're doing today. So what I basically did was build like a little square and then do two half gable roofs on the sides and a full gable roof on the top, and then adjusted the arch and the height um, so that they looked like a hill. So basically what my um, uh, basically what my goal was for this was to make it look like the house in The Hobbit and in Lord of the Rings. So I found this custom content door that you see here now. It's fantastic. It looks exactly like the one in the movie. So that's really cool. It also could like work with like fairy tale houses too. Like I know that like the Disney Legacy series is like a huge thing right now. So that would probably fit in with that theme. Um, but yeah, so now I'm just putting foliage on the roof to make it look more lifelike. So yeah, I'm just putting some foliage on the roof to make it look more like it would be out in nature. Um, which it was like it's such a pain to try to do this on a curved roof to make it look like it's a real hill, because you can't, on the sides, you can't really place anything on there that doesn't look too like weird, I guess. It was just like a huge pain, but I'm glad that I had the patience and stuck with it because it turned out amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see the screenshots because it just looks amazing. Um, but yeah, it's like super late right now. I just like basically just finished putting this all together, and I think it's like, okay, so it's almost 3 a.m. my time, and everybody in my house is asleep, so I'm trying to be like quiet. Hopefully I don't wake anybody up. um, but like my sleeping schedule is so off right now because I've been trying to get my channel up and going. So I've been doing like I've been recording like crazy so I can get some channel or get some videos on my channel. Um, it's just been insane. Like I feel like I barely get any sleep because we've got a puppy too, so he wakes up and needs to go out like early, and then I can't get back to sleep. So I usually only get like 4 hours of sleep, and it's fantastic. Or something like that. Um, but yeah, so I am almost done with the top of the roof here, I believe. Um, for the most part, anyway. Landscaping and this just was insane. Like, took me so long to get like a decent, um, like, a, like to make it look good. I mean, it just was crazy. And believe it or not, this is the second time I've made this house. Like, I made it once, and I was like super disappointed that I didn't record it because it was like amazing. Like I think the first time I made it is better than this one, but this one's still pretty awesome as well. Like they're just different a little bit. So my idea for this house was to have most of the house underground, which you'll see in a little bit. I have like the top room there. I like had an idea that would be like for, I don't know, like a sitting room for having tea with guests and stuff like that. So The upstairs is more rustic, and the downstairs is more modern. So you could have your modern Sims live here, or, have this as a vacation getaway, whatever you want to do. I mean, it's so cool. It's so neat. And like I said, it's got everything you need downstairs. It's got 2 bedrooms. It's going to have 2 bathrooms. There's an office down there, so if you need 3 bedrooms, you can easily convert it into another bedroom. And it's a basement, and there's plenty of room left to work with if you need to add on. And it just is an interesting concept that I am glad that I did, because I usually never have basements. I'm from Arizona. We don't really have basements out here, so because we don't have any storms or anything. So I usually don't build basements in my Sims games. But for this one, I felt it was necessary, because in like The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, they call it a hobbit-hole. So they live under the hill, but it's also a hobbit-hole. So I thought it was important to have most of the living area actually underground, which I think it worked out. I mean, you could just have like a little area up on the first floor as well, but it would just be really cramped, like a cabin or something like that, which you could do. But I felt like this would be better if my Sims could actually live here and have people over and stuff like that. Like I figured, like I felt that the people that lived here would want to entertain and have guests, because they have such an unusual house. So I made sure that there was plenty of room to do so. Like in the backyard, you'll see I have like the bonfires set up and a nice patio area. But it still looks like it's supposed to be there. And that's just how I felt that the upstairs should be. Like, you can have guests in the upstairs, but it's more rustic. It's more natural. You'll see later on I have a tree growing through the center of the house that comes up over top of the roof to make it look more naturey, which that's not necessarily in The Hobbit, but I thought it would be my kind of touch for it. It's just really, this was a really fun build. I don't think I've ever had this much fun during a build. Like, I've got these little things I'm putting on for the pathway right now. I'm going to change it up here in a second, but I thought it was really kind of fairy tale-y. Like, basically, the pathway and the door and the couple windows that I first tried out, those are custom content that I got on Tumblr. I can't remember who made it, but I can find out and I can let you guys know. But they're perfect for fairy tale, hobbit houses, whatever. It's just perfect. It looks like you're in a forest or in some fairy tale land or some fictional land, because it just has that kind of feel, which I think is really neat. I thought was perfect, and I had just gotten this, literally, I had just gotten this pack before my fiance told me to make this house, and I was like, that is fate. So I decided to record it and let you guys see how it went. I'm gonna delete this path here pretty soon because I ended up not sticking with this one. It felt too straight for me, and it just didn't look right when it was done. So it wasted a little bit of time there, but hey, you have to go through some bad ones before you find the right one, right? So yeah, I'm hoping that you guys like this video so far. It's pretty long. I know I even have it like as fast as I possibly could make it. It's just so. It just took me so long to make it. Like, I think I started this. I don't even know. It just took me hours. The landscaping was the worst. I mean, I did the front yard and the roof, and that like took me forever. And then I did the inside, and then did the backyard. Like, I don't even get to the backyard until later, and it's just like, oh my, I can't believe how long it took me to do this house, but it turned out really nice. I'm really proud of it. Like, it makes me feel good. So I hope you guys like it. If you do, make sure to like this video. And leave comments. Like, let me know what you want me to do, because I need ideas. Like, I always like, what should I do next? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I had to ask my fiance for an idea, and he was like not wanting to give me one right away. I had to weasel it out of him. But I don't know, like, I just, like, I have creative juices in me, but they don't want to come out all the time. Like, that sounds weird, but it's true. I can do the thing. Like, this turned out really, really nice, but I needed the idea first. And I don't know, like, I don't know why. Like, my brother, he's an artist. He always, like, does all those kind of things. And so is my sister, my little sister and my little brother, too. They, like, draw all the time. And I'm like, where did you guys get that? Because I don't have that. I have zero creative ability, like, of my own. I tried to play instruments. Like, I tried to play guitar. I tried to play violin when I was in, like, elementary school. Nothing ever stuck at all. Nothing. Like, I've even tried, let's see, I've tried crocheting and knitting, I think. I know that's kind of like old lady-ish, but like, I tried it. I can make scarves, but that's like the easiest thing you could possibly make. Like, the easiest. But yeah, like, that's it. Like, I can't stick with something. Like, I'll try it out, and then you'll just be like, nope, you can't do this because you suck at it. But I need some serious ideas on what to do. Because it just helps. I mean, it like, having multiple ideas, and then being able to sift through all of those and be like, okay, so I can do this one and this one this week, and this one next week, blah, whatever. Like, even doing, like, I decided I want to do the legacy challenge, which if you go to my channel, you can see that I'm doing that. I think right now I'm working on part 5 editing and recording. So there's 4 parts already on my channel. Plus, I have like a quick little create a sim makeover thing for that, like, or for my people in the legacy challenge. But like, to get to that, I wanted to do the legacy challenge, but I watched so many simmers before I actually started mine, like Vixella and Deligracy, like all those like big simmers, I watched a ton of them. So okay, so see here's where I made the layout for the downstairs, and then you can see the tree too. I put that center in the upstairs. It just, I thought it looked really cool. I thought it looked really neat. Like dead center there. It looked really cool. So my idea for the upstairs, like I said, was to make it more rustic. So I have the dark wood floors, which I kept downstairs, but I wanted to make the room look kind of foresty. So I wanted a dark green color, and so I was trying to like play around with the greens that I had, and I think this is the one I went with. It was like a nice dark foresty green. Like it wasn't super dark, but it was dark enough that made it gave that foresty feel. So here's downstairs. I'm putting down the floor and the paint. Like I said, I wanted to go a little bit more modern, so I have like brighter colors on the walls. Still wanted to keep that naturey kind of feel though, so they're blues and greens, and maybe a couple grays in there, like in the kitchen and stuff like that. I wanted to have a nice sized kitchen, because hobbits like their food, so I wanted to make sure that, they had a nice kitchen. And actually I did end up moving in a couple hobbits. Like I just made Frodo and Bilbo Baggins like real quick. Like they're not like perfect or anything, but I wanted to make them so I could get into the house for the screenshots. They're not in any of the pictures, unfortunately. I kind of wish I would have put them in there now, but so I made them because I wanted to have hobbits actually living in the Hobbit house. I know it's kind of like pathetic, but I love it. I thought it was like a good idea. So now I'm just setting up the downstairs, putting in lights. I'm about ready to make the kitchen. So yep, here I go with the kitchen. It took me forever to find countertops that I liked. I ended up going with a custom content recolor of the Escargot ones. Ended up taking out a couple of those counters and then putting in the stove and fridge. And yeah, so I really liked the kitchen a lot. Actually, I really like this house a lot. This whole house, like I would live in it if I could. Like I would. Like, please let me live in a house that looks like a Hobbit house. Like I know in New Zealand they have like little cabins now that look like Hobbit houses, which is super cool. Like I would love to go there, because while my fiance is more the fan of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I love them too. Like they're just amazing. So okay, so what I just did there, like I had like a brain fart and I couldn't remember how to do the upper cabinets. Like I thought it was in the same thing as the regular cabinets. I don't know why. But I was like, what the heck? Where are the upper cabinets? And I found them, obviously, you can see. And I really liked the two sides there, but I thought it would look weird because it was kind of going into the lower cabinets. But I thought it would look really cool. But yeah, I think that's about all I did there for those kitchens. I'm going to put in this island here and have some bar stools set next to them too. I had to move the bathroom because otherwise it was going to be like, oh yeah, that's going to be a bathroom, by the way. That little room that I moved, it's going to be a little bathroom. So I wanted to make sure that people could sit down at the bar and not have to worry about being in front of the door. So move that down, making a little extra space for a living room. I decided I didn't need all of that space, so I brought it in again. But yeah, it really came together. Like I said, downstairs is definitely more modern. It's got a couple of rustic touches, like the stove and the refrigerator. They're more rustic. The dining room, that's more rustic as well. Like I wanted to get the farmhouse table that's in the dining room stuff. It looked really nice, and I thought it would fit better in the house. So yeah, just kind of furnishing, doing all that. When I originally made the house, I ended up doing, like, before I had it recorded, I ended up doing like mismatched chairs, like having them all the same color, but having like everything different, which was really cool. It ended up looking really nice, which I kind of wish I did in this one as well, but I had a lot more custom content than I did when I first did it. So I wanted to do, more of the custom content that would make it look modern, but at the same time, kind of give it a rustic-y feel, which is kind of like my style. Like that's what I would want in my own house, modern but with rustic flair, and like with some industrial bits thrown in there. Like I don't know if you guys have seen like the farmhouse shelves. Basically, they're just like a board on like galvanized pipe fittings, and it's like really, really cool, and I love them. I like need those shelves. Like my mom's got them in her house, and like I want them in mine. Like I keep telling my fiance we need to make those like right now. And I don't know. I just like that farmhousey feel, and that's kind of like in right now too. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a phase. But like I live in Arizona. I grew up here, but I also have family in the Midwest. So like my grandma has always had like big farmhouses, and so it's like in my blood. I think the rusticness is in my blood. Rusticness, is that even a word? I don't even think that's a word. I apologize. Rusticness. That's just it's now a word. How about that? I'm making it a word as of right now. So right now I am just putting some paint on the walls. The two bottom rooms there are bedrooms, with the one on the left being the master bedroom with the little bathroom there, and it's going to have a closet there at the top corner. So I wanted to keep the master bedroom kind of in that green feel again, to make it kind of feel like that foresty, down-to-earth kind of feel. So I have that, and then the bedroom across the hall is going to be kind of like could kind of be a kid's bedroom. It's basically got two single beds, which you could do so much with that. So really, you can do whatever with that. So I'm just messing around here. I put the closet in there. Now I'm just going to do the bathroom. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do in the bathroom. I thought I wanted to have a tub, but I decided against it. So I put the same counters that I had out in the kitchen. Put it in a sink. Changed the color of the sink because I didn't like the black in there. Put some little accessories up there. Okay. Then we're moving on to the office. So in the office, I wanted to have a lot of built bookshelves, so like I wanted to make it kind of look built in, so you can kind of see there, it kind of looks like a built-in. Wanted the desk kind of in the middle there. It's kind of, it's a little cramped, I think, but I don't think they need a whole lot of space, bookshelves, desk. I put a computer on the desk. I didn't really want any technology in this house, but I figured, somebody in this house who loves books this much probably is going to end up being a writer, join the writer career, but they could really be whatever they wanted, I guess. And I kind of kept the rustic feel into the office too, minus the computer. I got books. I've got the little oil lamp. It just looks really like manly. It's like a manly office. And I've got like maps and stuff on the walls because I figured, the hobbits are living there. Bilbo and Frodo are traveling throughout both movies. So I thought it was kind of neat to put in that kind of feel. So a lot of the paintings in the pictures found throughout the house are travel related in some way or another. And yeah, so I wasn't going to end up putting a shower in there, but I did. I just didn't know if I wanted to have that a full bathroom. I thought I was gonna do like a half bath, just because it's right off the stairs, right off the kitchen. But as you can see, I obviously went in and put in that shower. So, all right, now we're moving upstairs. Like I said, I wanted this to be like a sitting room that you can entertain guests for like tea and stuff like that. So I have this little couch there. I put a couple counters in so I can place the tea maker with some tea bags, and then the antique tea set that's in the decor section. You know what? I didn't notice this, but the green on the walls is almost perfect match for the door. You see that? It's like almost perfect, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So I was trying to figure out what to put over there. I ended up going with some of the stuff from the movie pack, whatever. I thought it felt better in the upstairs. I put in this fireplace. It's custom content, but it looks more rustic than anything else that we had. So I wanted to put that in there. And I put some more bookshelves up there as well, just to give it a more, I don't know. I felt like they needed to have them up there. 'Cause they're both book lovers. I made them both book lovers. As the sim themselves, and I thought they needed more bookshelves. I just thought they needed more bookshelves. So now I'm just trying to decorate it a little bit more. I love the tree. I'm so glad that I ended up putting the tree in the middle. These are also from the movie pack. I love those lights because they look like fairy lights, they look like there's from a fairy tale, and it just looks really nice. So I'm moving on to the backyard now, and it took me quite a while to finish this because I wanted to incorporate their food loveness with some entertaining aspects. So we've got a nice grill, a bonfire set up. It's going to have some log chairs and a log stump table with the flowers, which I thought was really cute. Went really well. And then I wanted to put like the sculpture with the stumps, the logs in it, so it looks like it's, supposed to be there. We're not getting firewood from nowhere. We're getting it from our supply that we have in the backyard. And I put this well out front, but then I decided against it later and I ended up moving it in the back because I thought it looked better. You'll see when we get there, but it took me quite a while to get this. It took me forever because it was there was just so much to do. So much landscaping that needed to be done at the back. And actually, I ended up going back in after recording, and the back of the house, I forgot to put like the vines and stuff on it. So I went back and put those on. You can see them in the screenshots, thankfully. As I was taking the screenshots, I noticed it, and I was like, oh no, I gotta do that. So I did that off screen, but in the screenshots you can see, and all I did was layer them exactly like I did in the front. I also, off screen, I changed the roof trim because I forgot to do that as well. So the roof trim is green, so you can barely see it, as well as add like the cascading vines from the top of the roof trim down towards the door and stuff. So I did that as well. Again, you'll see that in the screenshots. But you can see, like, it took me forever to do this pathway because there was just too much area. So I did all these little rocks, and then after finishing the rock path, I went back through and did the actual foliage part, and that's what took forever. Or the rocks took forever, but gosh, like, the backyard was just landscape heavy. Like, it's just crazy. And those two rocks there on the sides, I was going to put some little gnomes on it, but I ended up changing my mind, so you'll see me later deleting them. But it would be like a perfect spot for them, like to have gnomes. I was gonna put like the one that's like happy and like lifting its beard up so you can see its smile, and the one that's like, what is it, like reaching out or something like that. Like, I can't remember, but it's one of the happy ones, just like normal gnomes. But yeah, I decided not to, because just after I put in the like the landscaping, it just didn't fit. But you can take some of the landscaping out and easily put in some of the gnomes if you wanted to, like for more decor or whatever. But honestly, it doesn't need it, I don't think. So I was trying to like make it look more natural. So I was putting bigger rocks in, mixing it with the smaller ones to give it more of a natural look, kind of built in, I guess. Yeah, so doing the foliage now. I really liked doing this build. It was just so much fun. Time consuming for sure, but it was a blast. It was a blast. So like I said, I love this build. It's just amazing. Like, I want to live there myself. I also did like a off topic a little bit, but since I've been practicing my builds, I was doing a industrial loft type build. I don't have city living yet, unfortunately. Like, I am gonna try to get it this weekend, but I wanted to do like a warehouse kind of feel, which I know you can do in city living, but I wanted to do like my own, I guess, and it looked really neat, but at the same time, like, I didn't think it was, I don't know, I might still post it. I haven't recorded. I think I recorded all of it anyway. Pretty sure. But, I don't know. It might be up there. It might be posted eventually. It might not. We'll see. So here I'm just putting in some flowers, some wildflowers, just to give it a little bit more color and a little bit more depth. I love watching landscaping, like watching Simmers do landscaping in this fast motion. It looks so like serene, I guess, like, I feel like you can just lose yourself in the video. So yeah, see, that's where I put the well. I think it looked really nice back there. And I'm putting some landscaping up in the front because it needed to match the back. That's about it. Well guys, if you guys like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, subscribe. See you guys soon. Thanks guys. Bye.